Hey y'all, it's Daniel Kastner, and following up from last week, I just wanted to thank you all for joining and watching me run my TR-505 drum machine through the microKORG. It was cool kind of showing you those processes and some of those ideas that I've been working on, but one question still kind of stands, and I think it's, what does it sound like to run my guitar through the microKORG? Can I turn my microKORG into a digital delay? And the answer is yes, and so much more. So let's go check it out. So we have our microKORG here, and I am running the following. So I have my 88 heavy metal Strat going through a Strymon Timeline, which I've just done a tiny loop, and I have that out going into the line in 1 of the microKORG. Now there's a switch back there that's set to line 1, and there's a little volume knob. So let's go into our globals and turn on that audio. And we should be able to hear this as I turn on this volume. Now, this audio in will show you if you're clipping, and luckily I'm not. But that really doesn't get us a delay sound or anything fun, so let's go check it out. Turn this off. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to oscillator 1. Actually, before we're doing that, we actually have to completely initialize the patch. Otherwise it's going to sound like this, which isn't really what we want. So let's do Shift 3 and initialize, and now it sounds like this. Just kind of boring and not fun. Oscillator 1, we're making that audio. Then we're turning these numbers up to like the 40s. I usually just spin it to 40 and call it good, anywhere in there. And then I turn on arpeggiation. I go to arpeggiator B and turn latching on. Now it's not going to play my sound. It needs a trigger. So let's hit a note. And you'll hear it kind of sounds like a tremolo. So what you do is you get into your live buttons and change your attack and release. So right out of the gate, you can change your attack and release and get a tremolo, which I think is pretty cool. Like, you don't have to do much to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to completely minimize the attack and completely max out the release. And that's my normal sound. So from there, what we're going to do is switch over to our delay. Now our delay is kind of set up like the following. And you'll see that this last number is 0. That's kind of where the magic happens, where you need to start changing things. So if we start turning this up a little bit, so you can kind of get a little slapback if you go with 40 and 61, for example. So let's change this 40. It's a really pretty delay. Even do this like these modulated sounds. Once you get into like the 20s, you're getting into infinite repeat mode, and it will actually run away. If you crank up this other knob, I know you're thinking like, oh, this is going to be great for my psych drone project or something. You can completely make the delay freak out by changing this 3 knob with infinite repeats. Should we do that again without me talking? So you're thinking probably like, well, what else does this whole thing do? So the delay also features like a chorus. So 20 and 103 sounds pretty. A little bit of Runaway here, oscillation. All incredibly useful. And you can run any instrument through this, which is just mind-blowing to me. I think the last one, let's check it out, is a left to right. I'm not playing stereo right now, but it does pan between the two. Now you might have saw this like off option. Basically all this does is let you go to a specific measure, or like a specific time. If you change that from on to off. I kind of like the knobs. Reminds me more of a guitar pedal. I guess you get a little bit more control, like a delay that has those specific time intervals, like a dotted quarter or something. So you also might be thinking, well, what else can I do? We can go to Mod Effects. I'm actually going to turn off delay. That's pretty sweet. Let's bring these back to 0, and then go into Mod Effects. You can use these at the same time, which is mind-blowing. You can definitely add a flanger if that's what you would like to do. Let's add some delay to that. Also change this flanger to another ensemble style pedal. I almost like this chorus more than the chorus that's featured in that delay pedal. So, or I'm sorry, in the delay portion. I think this gets you more of those cure sounds. There's a lot of options you can kind of play with here. Isn't that pretty? I really like this. So again, if you want this setting, Mod Effects, Ensemble, somewhere in the 40s, 123. And then delay is set to that STR. Off. 66 and 98. Something like that. I'm going to change it. I think there's one more effect in here. It is a phaser. So there you go. You get a little bit of a multi-effect out of the microKORG when you play through with a guitar. Again, you can do this for any instrument, and I think that's pretty crazy. We can do all of my other tricks, like if you take pitch and turn off that 5 and bring that to a 0, because that's what affects the mod wheel. You can go to patch 1 and take like a mod wheel and bring that to my noise. Let's add 63. You can like have some noise come in too. That's so goofy. I'm gonna go back to chorus. So you can kind of lo-fi with that if you really want. A lot of little options here. I think one of my next goals is to figure out how to get a good fuzz or distortion sound out of this. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see, or if there's any other combination or anything else you'd like me to try. You can kind of tell that a lot of pedals right now are doing some synthesis and doing something very similar. It'd be kind of interesting to see if I could try to get like a shimmer delay or something along those lines too. Let me know what would be cool. I think octave could even be cool. Let's see what we can turn this little synth into. And then to just let it fade out, you hit my favorite button, the arpeggiator, and it should just fade out with your release. Well, that sure was fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if that's your thing. Tell a friend. Share this with someone. I'm not out here to get all of this like crazy attention. I'm not here to go like monetize right away. I just want to be able to share my ideas and have you hear some of the sounds that I've been working on. This is just such a cool community. The microKORG, the whole reason I like started these videos, I watched the YouTube videos out there and there's a lot of ones that are very dry. I appreciate where some of these people have like spent time and energy trying to show off all of the functionality, but it's just not specific enough. So I like having these like little smaller chunks to be able to share what I know and like really show you and applied use on how it can actually be useful in your home studio. Specific shout out to all those people that have commented, hey, I've dug out my microKORG because of your videos. I can't thank you enough, and I hope you're finding some sort of inspiration for this for the synths you already own. There's some unloved gear out in the world, so dust off those old things and, you know, use those stereo outs and do something crazy, and we'll just see you soon. Thank you so much.